Some important terms. Equal sets. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if every element of A is in B and every element of B is in A. And we write A equals B. Before taking some examples of equal set, the following discussion is important. The order in which the elements of a set are listed is immaterial. Thus, 1, 2, 3 is equal to 2, 3, 1 is equal to 3, 1, 2, etc. The repetition of elements in a set is meaningless. So these two things you have to remember, that the way in the order in which the elements are listed is not important, and even repetition is not allowed. So if a set consists of 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, it means it is 1, 2, 3. Even if it is 1, 2, 2, 3, it means it is 1, 2, 3. So this 1, 2, 3 will be equal to this, it will be equal to this. Okay. Example of equal sets. Let A equal set of the letters in the word wolf, B set of letters in the word follow. This I did with you a little while ago, isn't it? So A will be WOLF and B will be FOLW. I showed it to you how. Clearly, A equals B since every element of A is in B and every element of B is in A. Then we go to the next type, which is empty set. A set having no element at all is called an empty set or a null set or a void set. It is denoted by this symbol, which is called phi. In roster form, we write phi equals and just brackets, curly brackets with nothing inside. Okay, so if you are representing an empty set in roster form, this is how it will be represented. Then examples of empty sets. Let A equal x such that x is a natural number and x is greater than 1 and less than 2. Means we want a natural number which is more than 1 and less than 2. So natural numbers we know are counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 se bada or 2 se chota. We don't have any natural number. So this set will be an empty set. Clearly there is no natural number lying between 1 and 2. So A contains no element at all. Therefore A equals phi or empty is an empty set. Next, let B equal x such that x is an even prime number. X is greater than 5. So they want a prime number which is greater than 5 and it needs to be an even number. Okay, so we know that there is no such even number which is more than 5. Okay, there's only one prime even number which is 2. So B contains no element at all. Therefore, B equals an empty set of 5. Next, let C equal x such that x is a number and x is not equal to x. We know that there is no such number which is not equal to itself, isn't it? 5 will be equal to 5, 10 will be equal to 10, 11 will be equal to 11. So we don't have any such number which is not equal to itself. So this set will again have no element at all, and so it will be an empty set. Next, non-empty set. A set containing at least one element is called a non-empty set. So there should be at least one element in this set, then it will be called a non-element set. Thus, A is non-empty if A is not equal to phi. Phi means it is not an empty set, then it is a non-empty set. Opposite of empty set is non-empty. Then we have singleton set. A set containing exactly one element is called a singleton set. Let A equal x such that x is prime and even. Okay, so we want a prime number which is an even number. So we know that it is 2. The next example. B be the set of months having less than 30 days. So we know there is only one month which has less than 30 days. So that is February. So this set B will consist of only one element, February. So it is a singleton set. Then show that phi and this are different. Now this is very important. Okay, if you have understood these different terms, then you'll know. Now what is this? Empty set is a set containing no element at all. And what is this? This is a set which is having one element 0 in it. Okay, so this is a singleton set containing one element, namely 0. So in this there is one element and 0. And 0 is a number, it is not a set. If it needs to be a set, you need to put curly brackets over here. Okay, so this is not a set at all. Therefore, all these three things are different. Okay. Then finite sets. A set which is neither empty or contains only finite number of elements is called a finite set. Means a definite number of elements. The number of distinct elements contained in a finite set A is called the cardinal number of A, denoted by cardinal number of set A. Distinct means different. Okay, sometimes if elements are repeated, you will not be counting them as a different element. So if the number, you count the number of elements, whatever the number you get, that is called the cardinal number of A or cardinal number of set A. That is how you show it. So when this is written n bracket A bracket close, then you are supposed to be reading it as cardinal number of A. That is how you read this. Since an empty set contains no element at all, we have cardinal number of empty set equals 0. So there are no elements in an empty set, so it will be, the cardinal number will be 0. Then examples of finite sets. Here there is a mistake in the printing. It needs to be E over here. F-I-N-I-T-E. Finite sets. So if A is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, it is a finite set because we know that there are 6 elements in this set. We have a cardinal number 6. Cardinal number of A is 6. B is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 till 99. Now here also the number of elements is so many, but it is still a finite set because we know exactly how many elements are there in this. Though they are not all written, but these are all odd numbers that we can see, and we know that between 1 and 100 we have 50 odd numbers. Therefore, the cardinal number of B will be 50. Next, C equals X such that X is a whole number and X is less than or equal to. Now, how do you read this when there is a line below this less than? It is called less than or equal to. So the value of this X, it is less than or equal to 7. It means, first of all, X is a whole number. We know that whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all these. So it is a whole number and it is less than or equal to 7. Means we want whole numbers which are less than or equal to 7. So the whole numbers less than 7 are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and equal to 7 is 7. So the elements of set C will be all of these 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and it is a finite set and we know that it has 8 elements. So the cardinal number of C will be 8. Next, D equals set of all 3-digit numbers. Now this is also a finite set because there is a fixed number of 3-digit numbers. So where do the 3-digit numbers start from? They start from 100. They go up to 999. So all these numbers are part of this set and there are 900 such numbers. So the cardinal number of this set will be 900. Sometimes we cannot count the objects of a finite set, but we know that counting process will surely come to an end. Thus, each of the following sets is a finite set. Like for example, all persons on earth. Okay. It is a very, very difficult task. It is going to be taking a lot of time, but it is possible. Okay. So this is a finite set. All the rivers on the earth. Again, same thing, you can count. Okay. It is countable. It's going to be difficult. It may seem impossible, but it is possible to count. Therefore, it is a finite set. All trains in the world, again countable, okay, though difficult. Next, all planets of the solar system, again countable. Therefore, it is a finite set. Equivalent sets. Two finite sets A and B are said to be equivalent only when the cardinal number of A equals the cardinal number of B, and we write A equivalent to B. So this symbol here, which is showing like a line, the line symbol is also similar. Okay, so and this symbol is for equivalent. So when it is given like this, how do you read this? A equivalent to B. So how is it equivalent now? In A there is 2, 3, 4, and in B there is 5, 6, 7. If you look at the type of elements, they are not the same, but the number of elements in both these sets is 3. So the cardinal number of A is 1, 2, 3, and cardinal number of B is 1, 2, 3. So it is equal, which is 3. Hence means therefore A equivalent to B. Set A is equivalent to set B. Infinite sets. An empty set which is not finite is called an infinite set. Okay, a non-empty set, not empty set. Non-empty means there are elements in it and it is not finite, means not limited number of elements. The number of elements go on and on. If we go on counting the elements of an infinite set, then the counting process never comes to an end. Okay, then it will be called an infinite set. Examples. Consider the set of a set n of all natural numbers. So natural numbers are infinite. Here the dots indicate that the listing is endless. We go on adding 1 to any natural number to get the next one, and this process never comes to an end. Therefore, set n is an infinite set. Similarly, we have the set E, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. These are all even natural numbers. Again, infinite. Set O, here you can see they are all odd numbers, odd natural numbers, infinite. Set W, here you can see whole numbers, infinite. Set I, all integers. Okay, let S be the set of all points on line AB. So here there is a line AB and S is a set which consists of all the points. Then in between any two points on this line, however near they may be, there exists a point. Thus, the set of all points on this will be an infinite set. The meaning of all this is, अगर तुम 2 पॉइंट लोगे इसमें कहीं पे भी, तो उसके बीच में तुम कितने भी पॉइंट्स डाल सकते हो. That's what they are saying. So this also will be infinite. Means here there are infinite number of points. Okay, that is the meaning of this.